grab your boards. Welcome all surfers to Wavy's Atlantic Ocean. Surf, 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 baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Yeah. Twerk, baby. For certain, she moving so perfect. Surf, baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Twerk, baby. I'm loving the way that you surf it.
All my niggas, they gangbang, and all these niggas do the same thing. Counting money, living insane. Steady mobbing, let my flag hang. Told them I'm ready. I'm throwing them monster like Randy. I know that these niggas can't stand me, but the automatic come in handy.
Yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me. In this Wavy's world, salute to all the surfers. You already know it's another Surfing Nation situation. You feel me? Alright, get ready to hit that like. Yeah, I need y'all to hit that like for me. You feel me? Also, you got something to say about this? Cause I know some of y'all gonna have something to say. Hit that comment section. Yeah, that's down there, that basement. Also, hit the sub so you can holler at the blood, of course. Alright, we about to get right into this, man. Hey, Georgia boy, they is on a rampage with these RICOs. You know what I'm saying? They out here trying to give all these niggas a Spanish cousin named Rico. For real. Like, I'm like, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Fannie Willis, she out here really showing her fanny. She out here showing her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, let's get all the way into this situation, man. Now, for those that don't know, a lot of this that's going on with Lil Baby actually sparks from the unaliving of those two 13-year-old boys that got caught up in the situation during one of Lil Baby's video shoots.
Ranking member of the Goodfellas gang who was incarcerated orchestrated the attack using a smuggled cell phone. Following those instructions, the suspects opened fire at an apartment complex where the three young teens were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Police say they weren't the targets. Those arrested were identified as Keontae Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, DeKeithion Mobley, Marcus Crawford, Tradon Crawford, and Ali Caldwell. The final two were arrested Tuesday.
So, after this situation happened, they find out who the suspects are, who are members of OMF, Only My Family, or the Goodfellas, who is allegedly a rival of 4PF, which is Lil Baby's, well, I'm gonna say label, because that's what it's supposed to be. Now, it's supposed to be considered a label, so I'm gonna say his label. I'm not about to be out here saying no gang and all that, because that's not what I know it to be as far as the public eye go. It's a label. All right, know what I'm saying? So they got these dudes, and I ain't gonna lie, boy, this is a group of some ugly niggas. Like word, like, do y'all see these dudes? You feel me? I'm just keeping it real. You see that nigga at the bottom? My son's face look like it's in excruciating pain. Like, maybe I'm bugging. Y'all hit the comment section. Let me know what I'm bugging. You feel me? Hit the comment section. So, now, this is the more recent situation, right? But it actually goes farther back than this, all right? So, from my understanding, the odds really got pit on Lil Baby and 4PF back when an associate of Lil Baby that go by 4PF Nate, when he got arrested for the unaliving of a guy in retaliation for the unaliving of his man's Little Mackie. At least this is what they said this was for. It was for the revenge. I mean, it was retaliation for that. So when they you know, arrested 4PF Nate and went through the whole situation, they basically came to the conclusion, and this is documented, they came to the conclusion that 4PF Nate did this in the furtherance of a gang, and the gang that they chose to say that he did it in furtherance of was 4PF. So now the significance of this is when they specifically stamp 4PF being involved with this, and not just saying some Crips or local gang or whatever the case, rolling 60s and all that. When they break it down specifically to that, that's like creating a paper trail of crime that's tied to 4PF. So that way, when these RICOs come out, this is all the things they're going to refer back to, because they could say, hey, he was convicted for he was found to be guilty of doing this in the furtherance of 4PF. He did this in the furtherance of 4PF. He's a 4PF associate. He's a 4PF, you know. So the type of stuff that they do, and it accumulates, right? So while they was in court, oh wait, before I move back to the OMF dudes, this dude 4PF Nate, right? He had a co-defendant, all right, by the name of Keontae Davis. He had a co-defendant. Keontae Davis snitched on 4PF Nate, all right? He got 40 years. That's how 4PF Nate had got 40 years, all right? Keontae, I think he had got probation. That was it. And I think it was more so not that he did the crime with him. I think it was like a accessory after the fact. Something like along the lines of that. But he ratted, he told. And then guess what? He pops up unalive.
This morning, Atlanta police say they are investigating a homicide that happened overnight, less than a mile away on Lakewood Avenue. Our crew saw police overnight collecting evidence on that scene. We are still working to learn exactly what happened and get more information about this scene. We'll bring you those updates as soon as we get them and give them to you on 11.
You know what I'm saying? He pops up unalive because he was set to testify in the upcoming cases. All right, because this RICO thing, it looked like it's definitely going to happen. Apparently, he was going to be one of the people to taking a stand in reference to that. Something along the lines of that. But either way, he got unalive. And of course, they're going to say that has something to do with the 4PF Nate situation. You know what I'm saying? And whatever further cooperation that he was scheduled for. All right. So with that being said, that's going to look ugly too. So now we're going to go back to them OMF dudes. All right. So while they was in court, I believe that's them sitting down, but I got a clip. But either way, whoever that was sitting in court, I believe that was them though. They played a recording in court of a wiretap of dudes speaking about Lil Baby.
What's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders?
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by it? What do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed. Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
So, as y'all saw in that clip, they basically broke it down like, you know, Lil Baby is known to have money on dudes' heads around the city. All right, rivals and all that. This is alleged still. You know what I'm saying? All this is alleged. But this is what they're putting together. All right. So now we have 4PF. Oh, who's, by the way, for those that don't know, I'm in ATL. I'm here. So it's certain. I've been down here. I've been in these streets and all that. So I know certain things about certain things. I'm a little closer to this than maybe some of y'all. But you know, I'm only gonna speak on what the public know. You feel me? Anything else, you won't hear it coming from me. So we're gonna get back to this. 4PF is labeled a Crip set down here in Georgia. For those that don't know, all right. So they already have you a part of a list of what they as being an official gang. They're not considering y'all a label. They're not even considering y'all a crew. They have y'all marked with the Crips. They have 4PF right next to it, to the Rolling 60s. All right, because the Rolling 60s like the biggest Crip gang in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of 60s in Georgia. At least in ATL, I say that Georgia big as hell. I can't speak for the rest of Georgia, but in the ATL area, if you Crip, it's a high chance you're a 60. All right, so they have 4PF labeled officially as a gang. All right, this is more ammo. This is all the things they need to put together for a RICO. All right, so now this dude, Sean, I can't remember his name, but I got the post. But I know he's the Georgia manager of the Public Defender Council, and he stated that he had knowledge that a RICO will be coming down. Like, they're basically prepping their office for this RICO that's supposed to be coming down that he has knowledge of. So now, with all of that I've said, we ain't gonna make this video too long. You know what I'm saying? With all that I said, unfortunately, it's looking like sooner or later, and probably more sooner than later, Lil Baby and whatever 4PF associates that Georgia deemed worthy of this RICO, they're going to be probably fighting one. All right, and this is just crazy, man. This shit is just crazy out here. This shit is wild. Like I said, I'm in Georgia. I'm in the A, and like, yo, they on a mission. They trying to clear the streets. They trying to clear the streets. All right, and between the state RICOs and the federal RICO that's going on, and you gotta think it's multiple states, you know what I'm saying, that's having these situations pop up. But right now, Georgia is on fire for it. Like, they is back to back. You know what I mean? And they trying to get the mean win. All right, they trying to get the mean win and make a statement. You know, all right. So listen, any of y'all that's out here in these streets, for some of y'all, it's too late. And they say it's never too late. In most instances, that's a true statement. But when it comes down to like RICOs and things like that, it is a little too late, because they don't just, if they coming for you, they ain't just find out whatever they found out. That's not really how RICO work. Now, state RICO and federal RICO is a little different, all right, because the feds is still the feds. Their budget, their resources is going to outweigh the state. And just because the state has the word RICO tied to it, it doesn't mean they automatically get all the resources and access to this and that the feds have. That's not how that works. All right, but they on one. So like I said, for some of y'all, it is too late. You know what I mean? Because the way it will work is, if you decide to stop now and you are under investigation, all they're gonna do is swoop in, because then at that point, it's no more for them to collect, because they will let you keep doing stuff, as y'all see. You know what I mean? When they do these RICO, that just go back years. So they'll let you keep on doing this, doing that, just to build a case, because they're going to make it as solid as possible. And as soon as they catch you in, whether wiretap or whatever the case may be, through informant telling them that, hey, man, they got something going, that they being watched, they about to stop, fall back, and they see the activity stop, they're just going to swoop in faster. So that's why I said, for some of y'all, it is too late, because you could hear this message that I'm saying or hear somebody else's message and the aside, like, yo, it's getting too real. Fall back, and then as soon as you do that, you're gonna get that knock at your door, and a whole bunch of people with these damn jackets and shit on that say FBI on it, waiting outside your shit, or whatever state you from. You're gonna see a whole bunch of them outside of your premises. Come out with your hands up. You feel me? So for some of y'all, it will be too late. But for the ones that know, man, I'm just getting into this, or you thinking about getting into this life and everything, listen, man. Don't do that shit. You feel me? It would not behoove you to do this. All right, there's no benefits in these streets these days. Now, I mean, yeah, you're gonna get a little cash. Yeah, you're gonna probably seem like the cool dude. You're gonna probably build a little rep and all that. Even though building a rep is what gets you in these situations. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a firm believer, and I always speak about how I never cared about that. I'm one of the very few gang members do that bang in the game that never cared about making a name. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very rare. Most dudes that get in the gang, one of their missions is to let everybody know they do this, they do that. You feel me? Because, you know, that reputation shit just something that people be chasing after. I ain't never care about none. I know what I do. I know what I'm capable of. And that's how anybody should be. You feel me? But joining the gang and getting involved in all this shit, especially nowadays, y'all not getting away with nothing. Y'all dudes out here committing all types of acts and getting caught like that. Like that. You feel me? So, hey, man, at the end of the day, y'all, everybody gonna do what they want to do. I'm just putting the message out. Y'all know me. I ain't nobody's savior. I always say that too when I do people. I'm not nobody's savior. I ain't trying to be your savior. I ain't gonna beg nobody to do nothing. But I'm gonna put the message out there because it's still a good message. You feel me? So take it for what it is. Ignore this shit. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you gotta deal with whatever consequences come your way, whoever you may be. All right. So this the current situation right now. I'm gonna stay abreast in everything and inform the people, the surfing nation, what's going on, and that's gonna be that. So hopefully y'all was rocking with this one. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I made it real quick, but we gotta do the outro. You already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me. And this is Wavy's World. Salute to all the surfers. Y'all know I always dead ass serious though. Appreciate every last one of y'all that be pulling up, that be hitting the like, hitting the comment section, hitting that sub. And some of y'all be hitting that notification. Oh, and also some of y'all be sharing my shit, and that's fire too. You feel me? I appreciate all that. You know what I'm saying? Word up. So y'all know I'm gonna ask y'all to hit that like if you ain't already hit it. I'm gonna ask you to go to the basement. That's the comment section down there. Yeah. Say what you like. You feel me? Speak, but don't be a creep. Or you could be a creep. I'm a violation until you eat a dizzick. Alright. And also hit that sub. Join the Surfing Nation and holla at the blood. We out here. And we getting deep too in these streets. Yeah, we getting deep in these YouTube streets. Word. You feel me? And last but not least, always look both ways before you cross that street, cause you might get hit.
But if the boy talk slick, I'm